Hi, we're back here again. I'm Kimmy Kitten, and I'm back here with my friend Allen Estell. How are you doing
I'm
today?
good. How are you? Nice
I'm
to see you again.
perfect.
Great.
I'm perfect.
You're perfect. That's what he
Just,
says.
just as my cameraman said. Say hi, Kevin.
Hello, world.
All right. This is take two of our wonderful interview. Our first time we did our interview, we had some technical difficulties where we had some hard time hearing each other, and I know y'all had some hard times hearing us on that interview. So we're just going to do it all over again. That sound good?
Sounds fair to me.
I appreciate you taking the time to meet with me again.
Absolutely.
All right. So a lot of these questions might be the same. Some are going to be different. That sound good?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. Here we go. So tell me just a little bit about yourself.
So I'm 60 years old, Army
Mm-hmm.
veteran. Did Gulf War. Not a combat veteran, but I was part of the Gulf War. Uh, Worked 20 years in the steel mill. I've worked as a ranch manager in South Dakota for a little while. I came home. My dad got sick. I've worked here at Tri-Green for going on 5 years now. Sold cars for 11 years. Been in management positions almost everywhere but here. Don't want it here. So that's pretty much my background. I have one child, one grandchild, and a stepdaughter I help raise, and she's got three kids of her own. Keep in touch with them. That's pretty much lead a boring life. Go to work, come home.
That's not boring. That's how we like it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Have you always lived here in Walker County?
Except when I was in the Army and then when I moved to South Dakota.
So you just said that you went to the Gulf?
I did not actually get. I did not go into theater. I was already out of the Army, and they recalled me. And I was in air defense. And by the time I got loaded up and sent overseas, we done wiped out Saddam's Air Force, so I wasn't needed for that. So I was used as guard and on post and stuff like that.
So what made you want to run for sheriff?
I love my county. I love my state and the people in the county. Everybody's bashing the county and saying, I've seen one post today where there's nobody good in Walker County. Well, I disagree. We're 99.99% good. We just got to have some leadership to take us in the right direction. I think we're going in the wrong direction, but I want to run to bring some the people that they feel secure in their homes. They just feel secure going down the road. Their kids are secure in the schools. Uh, I think I'm going to try to put a sense of professionalism into the sheriff's department. Not saying that they're not, but I want to do it in where I see where they meet my values, my morals, and treat people with dignity and respect is the main thing.
How do you think other people would describe you?
Boring?
No,
Yeah.
no.
I've never really thought about that. To be honest with you,
Have you not?
I don't think nobody would say I've done them wrong. I think I've made an effort to make sure I do people right. Uh, I really wouldn't know how to answer that really because I mean you throw me for a loop on that one.
So tell me what's your background in law enforcement?
So when I came home from the military,
Mm-hmm.
I went to work for Oatman PD as a patrol officer, a provisional patrol officer, and then after that, I worked. Trying to think what I did next. But anyway, I've also worked as an extradition agent, which we transport prisoners from that's already in prison from one state to the other. They're going for court, or going to be released, or they're going to a transfer for another sentence. And went to Hawaii, picked up a load of prisoners there, brought them back to the United States. That was a fun trip. And take prisoners to Hawaii to be released. Them's always good because they're getting out. But the ones coming, Hawaii has no prison system. They only have county jails. So they come here to the mainland, go to prison. And they're usually not the happiest ones on the airplane. So,
I bet not.
but I know how to handle and also I know how to handle the inmates on a one-on-one basis because we'd have a whole trailer or van load of prisoners. It'd just be two of us. We can't carry a sidearm, so you had to learn how to handle yourself. With, I mean, you were talking about rapists and murders and everything else that we dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
and then now I'm a constable.
Mm.
This is my second term as constable, and I've really enjoyed it. I like helping people. Mostly work with the city of Carbon Hill, kind of give them some backup because they're out there by themselves. There's just one person there, at night. So if I hear something going on, I go back them up, and that's pretty much my law enforcement background.
Can you explain the difference between a constable and, say, like a deputy or a sheriff?
Yeah, so there's not a lot of difference between the constable and the sheriff. We're both constitutionally elected peace officer, but the constable has some limitations that the sheriff doesn't have. Like we don't have the ability to get into the computer system to search warrants. Can't run tags. You got to be APO certified to be able to do that. And none of our constables, except for one in the county, is APO certified. So, and we don't really have the backup anyway. If we did do it, when you get into trouble, the the backup would be so far away if they even would come to help us because of egos, I think. But between a deputy is just the A post. But we are a constitutional office, but we have some limitations that the sheriff doesn't have.
So who does a constable answer to?
The constable answers to the governor and the lieutenant, not the lieutenant governor, the governor and the attorney general.
Okay. So if you were to arrest someone, where would they go?
Depends on where I'm at. So if I'm in a city, I would take them to the city, and they have to take them. Or if I'm in the county, I'd have to take them to the county jail. We have no jail, and they would have to take them.
Okay.
If it didn't, they would file charges against them for impeding a law officer.
Do you have a budget?
No.
No.
Yeah, whatever's in my wallet.
Whatever's in your wallet.
Yeah.
So you had to buy everything.
I buy everything.
So speaking of the jail here in Walker County, that's been a big hot topic issue. Have you actually visited the jail?
I haven't visited the jail since the new one has been built. I've been to the old one when I worked at Oakland because we didn't have a jail. We bring them to the county jail there. But I haven't been to the new jail. They've invited me to come, but we've had some scheduling issues that we haven't been there. But I am planning on going and visiting. So the answer is no. I have not been to this new jail.
What were your thoughts on the jail before when you went?
I mean, back then, I think it was pretty professional. I mean, I can't say now. I would think 99% of everybody there is professional. They want to do a good job.
Yeah.
But I don't see where. What I'm trying to say.
Did it seem like a safe place to be back then?
Yes, it did then.
Yeah. Okay.
But there was problems. Every jail's gonna have their problems.
Yeah.
There's not one jail in this country that doesn't have some problems because of the way things are set up. Mental health people should not be in a county jail. The state's going to have to do something to rectify that situation. The county jail is not a place for somebody that's got mental health problems. They need to be somewhere that they can be taken care of. And unless we start hiring doctors, I mean, to be jail administrators, and I don't see where we're ever going to get there.
What concerns you the most about the jail now? It may not be something to even know until you get in there, maybe, but
yeah, I'm not going to say I know the answers to every problem at the jail because I don't. If you say you do, you're a fool because you don't. Because unless it's only the people that's in there
Mm-hmm.
that knows the answers to every problem that's in the jail. That's what I'm good at, is going in and evaluating something and solving the problems. Uh, but right now, I mean, safety is a concern, and they've made some strides to make the safety of the inmates better with the medical monitors and the wristbands and,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So I think it's getting better. I think the bad ones has been pretty much weeded out by their own attrition, some, and some by legal means. But you know, I'm not wanting to bash them people at all, because
Right.
they're good ones there. They're people that care. I've talked to them. Some of them I think is supporting me, and they're good people, and they're doing it for the right job, for the right reason, because it sure is not pay,
Mm-mm.
and they're not getting rich. So
There's a lot of people that feel like their life would be in danger, and not that a jail would be a fun place to go to. It's no playground, um, to have to go to jail, but they feel like their life would be in serious danger if they were to have to go to the Walker County Jail. How would you feel like you could build that trust back, that you could help them feel safe to have to go to that jail? How could you feel like you could help them feel that way again, that especially people who are in drug addiction or have mental health issues, that until we get people to understand that jail is no place for mental health issues and that sort of thing, how could we help them build that trust back, that they would feel safe there?
it's going to take time. First of all, uh, I think me, if I was to win the sheriff's race, as a sheriff, spending more time in the jail, seeing, make sure what's going on. You set a set of parameters, but you don't follow up on them. Then guess what? The people working under you is not going to follow up on them. You set your parameters, what you expect out of people, and you follow up on it, and follow up with the inmates. I think I don't think there's no problem with going in and talking to every inmate you can. One on one, have them brought to your office. Talk to them. See if there's something we can do to help them. See if there's a program we can get for them. See if we can help them find a job at the end of the day. I think that's going to be a big part of getting everything back under control. Would it be easy? No, ma'am. It's not going to be easy. People are reluctant to hire somebody that's just out of jail. Uh, and they do their application. Where was they at for the last 6 months? So that's going to be a challenge. But I think we can work that out with our local businesses. But like I said, but going in and visiting with the inmates, I think it's going to be a big help. Let them know that I care, and we got jailers that actually care, and the jailers that know I'm gonna check up on them, and they're gonna know that I'm watching videos. They're gonna know I'm watching the cameras. Don't know when. I mean, stuff like that, because you're gonna get a bad apple no matter how hard you interview, no matter how hard you screen through people, no matter how hard you do background checks. You're going to get a bad apple. And it should be our job to find that bad apple and get him back out, or her. And I think it'll take a while, but I think over time we can get there.
So, on that note, how do we incentivize those deputies that and correctional officers that are doing the right thing? Because they're there, they're doing the right thing every single day. And in light of what's happened recently, the ones that are making the news every single day are the ones that are doing the wrong thing. And the ones that are in that jail and they're on patrol doing the right thing, they're in the schools doing the right thing, they're getting nothing. They're being ignored. How do we incentivize those people? How do we give them the limelight back? How can you do that as the sheriff? It's a big question.
It's a big question, and the answer is not easy, because it's not going to be monetary right now. I know that. It's not. Maybe some recognitions, some awards, uh, right now, that's the only thing I know to do. Some recognition, some appreciation, show them you're appreciated, give them some time off when needed. I don't know the answer to that, to be honest with you. I just don't, because there's so many variables in that everybody's going to have to line up to be able to do that. Because the way the system's set up now, the county sheriff's department and the commission's employees are all on the same boat. So what you do for them, you got to do for, say, the sanitation department. So that's going to be a tough road to hoe. I don't know the answer to that. Something I'm gonna have to, once I get in there and start working with the county commission, we can see. Hopefully, we can see ways to do that because they need the recognition. They need the monetary rewards. Uh, they shouldn't have to work 3 jobs. And I know some of them are just to make ends meet. And that also, you're not getting the money you need. That leaves room for corruption. So it's got to be we got to address it somehow. I don't know the answer to it. I think working with if we can get everybody on the same page and everybody get along and get the egos out of the way, I think we can eventually get there with the commission and the civil service board to get these people on a better path of employment as far as their pay, their benefits. Uh, like I said, really, that's going to be a tough one to work through.
And you brought up a good point. What about building those relationships back? How do you feel about the relationships between the sheriff's department and the commission, the sheriff's department and the district attorney?
Well, I don't think it's a good relationship between them right now. Uh, I'm not there. I'm not seeing what's going on. I'm not seeing what's being said between them two. I really don't know the answer. I mean, there's room for improvement. I know that, and I think it's on both sides. I mean, there got to be some give and take. There's not always just take. There's got to be some give, and they have. If Nick wins this race, he's got to find a way to work with them. And if Jason wins it, he's got to find a way. If I win it, I got to find a way. Same thing with JC. We got to get our pride aside, our egos aside, and work for the people of Walker County. We're not working for ourselves. We're working for these people. When we go over budget, the roads don't get paved or fixed or mowed. So it all ties together, and we got to be a team together. I know we're separate, but we're going to have to come together as a team. And that's the only way. That's the only way I know to fix any of these problems we have. And that's pretty much the answer to all of your questions. Is we as the sheriff's department, the county commission, the attorney generals, the civil service board, it's got to work together, not fight each other at all, every step of the way.
You brought up deputy salary. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sheriff Smith brought up on Facebook that in the years that he has been sheriff, he has brought up deputy salary only a few dollars. And now it currently sits at $16.34. And he compared it to Jasper City.
Mm-hmm.
They get $22
Mm-hmm.
or $24 an hour.
Yeah, I think their start's maybe 20. I don't know.
It's only what he said.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that.
Which kind of sounds like he did a favor for J.C. Poe by stating that.
Well, I mean,
however,
all the cities pretty much
right,
is paying 20 at least. It's $20 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every city around here that I know of at least does.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, how do you compete with that?
How do you compete with that?
A $4 an hour loss.
Mm. But he asked a specific question. What exactly are you going to do to get deputies fair, competitive pay that hasn't already been tried?
Well, first of all, I don't know everything he's tried. But how I would do it, I think I answered it a while ago,
Mm-hmm.
is the relationships that you got to build with the county commission and the civil service board. There's got to be a way to separate them from the other county workers, because the other county workers are not risking their life in the same fact that the deputies are, especially the ones on the road and inside the jail. You go out, you gotta have a split second to make a decision that's going to alter your life and the suspect's life or the victim's life. You're either going to end up dead if you make the wrong decision, or in prison. The people that work on the road commission and in the sanitary, they don't have that split second they got to make that decision, other than they're driving. But that's got to be rewarded, because that's not something that's just they're doing for the money. They're doing it because they love the job, most of them. But there's got to be that's got to be a monetary reward, and it's got to be split off somehow. How to do it, I don't know the answer. Uh, Apparently, nobody else knows the answer, but it's got to be. I think the only way to do it is with relationships between the sheriff's office and the commission and the civil service board. It might even take removing the county from the civil service. I don't know that. I don't. Most other counties has already done it, and I think that's because of the same scenarios I was just talking about. But I don't know if that's viable here or not. But I mean, that's the only thing I know to do different is, and I don't know that's different. I'm just saying the relationships, we got to work together. We can't be fighting each other. We can't be at each other's back at every move. We got to be a team and realize that they are working for the people of Walker County, that I would be working for the people of Walker County, and we best put the best foot forward, or we're going to keep up with the same stuff we got now.
Do you think that the budget problems are valid? Or do you think that more money is needed, more taxes are needed? Do you think that's something you would have to take a look at when you actually get in office?
There may be some room. I mean, for like and I've already talked to a couple of the county commissioners about this, is developing a motor pool for the county that would that they would service our vehicles, and that would save money on service. Instead of paying Chrysler $145 an hour to change the oil, we come in there and do it for whatever it costs plus the employees' labor. I think that would save in the long run a lot of money. Don't know exactly how much, and maybe we can get away from. I think we got a lot of money going out on maybe some technology that we're not ready for. We're not budget. We don't have the money to support it. This money is going out every month that we don't know about, and that's what we got to look at. What money is going out that's allocated every month? A lot of times it's because it's going out automatically. We don't even think about it no more. I mean, it's like like your your Paramount bill. You have it set up every month. It comes out automatically. I didn't think about it no more. I think there's probably some money there that we need to really look at. Maybe get rid of some of the radios that we're using now, and go back to the old type radios until we can get the budget under control. I know they don't work as well, and there's a lot of places that the radios, the old handheld radios or the base stations wouldn't work as well. But we have cell phones now. And how many of them's getting their cell phone bill? Has the cell phone that's getting paid? What? How much is all that adding up to? Is what I'm saying. Is it something that we need to? Maybe not everybody get a phone, be on call. Then you have one or a radio, and we share them. I mean, small departments share their cars. They share. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do if you're that stringent on the budget that we can bring the budget under control. Uh, but I think the main thing is relationships with the county commissions that you have to work with. It's actually controlling your money. I mean, if they're controlling your money, you don't keep kicking them in the shin. You know, there's going and the same way they're kicking him in the shin. So we're going to have to work together. That's just all there is to it.
What about the overtime for deputies that they've been talking about for them to be able to go to court for the drug cases that have been thrown out time and time again because the deputies aren't showing up for court? Are they going to be able to get that overtime and squeeze that into the budget?
It's going to have to be. I mean, and it's not the deputies missing court is not always the deputy's fault. I don't think. I mean, there's circumstances come up where they can't be there, and the court system is so weird anyway. I want to say something else, but they're so weird now that the way the laws are set up. A, a speeding ticket trial, if you took it to trial, that could last, a year, 2 years. Keep coming back, keep coming back. The lawyer didn't show up. How many of the lawyers is getting subpoenaed? You know, if they don't show up, I don't think they get in trouble.
Hmm.
So why should it be different for the deputy?
Hmm.
I mean, if we're gonna have a standard, let's all live by that standard. I mean, the lawyers, I'm on vacation down in Florida. Well, shoot, you're supposed to be here. Well, the judge puts it off. That's wrong. Just as wrong as the deputy not showing up. But as far as overtime, we're gonna have to pay them or give them some compensation with some, a day off or something like that. We'll have to work the schedule around it.
All right, let's switch gears over to A post certification. Can you explain since there's been a lot of confusion exactly what A post certification is? Can you explain what A post certification is?
It's just the Alabama standard training. I mean, if you're going to be a police officer, a patrolman, a deputy, you have to have it. I mean, you do. There's a provisional where he's got, I think it's 180 days. He can hire. I mean, I wouldn't want to hire Joe Blow off the street and send him straight to me get A post. That's well, I mean, is that $3,000 to $5,000 out of county's money that you don't know that it's the right job for him. You don't know if he's a good fit. So there's got to be there's some leadway in there where where the sheriff hires somebody. You got 100. I think it's 180 days. I might be wrong. Of before he has to go to the academy, and that's where you evaluate that guy, see if he's mentally fit for the job, and then. But that's the A post is just a standard that everybody's going to have to abide by.
So, who has to be A post? Like, what all positions have to be A post certified?
In the sheriff's department,
Mm.
I would say everybody but the sheriff and the jailers. They have a different standard they have to reach. So, and then and also the administrative, like in the office, they don't have to be. The dispatchers don't have to be. But if you're going out and interacting with the public, with arrest powers, you have to be A post certified.
And there's also been some confusion over this too. Does the sheriff has to be
No,
A post certified?
no, he does not.
Why not?
Well, my personal opinion is a civilian oversight. It's an elected position that anybody can run for. You can run for sheriff. Um, why would we? Why would we set it to just this standard that these people have to be? And then when we have corruption already in the system, so I think our founding fathers realized this and set it up so you can get some civilian oversight. I mean, our Secretary of the Army. I'm a Secretary of Defense. He doesn't have to be a general. So, and that was the brilliance of our founding fathers, is they really set this up to be simple. Probably makes people mad, but lawyers have screwed up our system so much with their ands and these that it's all got messed up. But going back to the they're going to have to be certified.
Is it important, in your opinion, for deputies to be APOS certified?
Absolutely.
Why is that?
Because first of all, it's the law. That should be the top. That should be it. And they need to be trained on how to handle these situations. I think it needs to go. I don't know how much of the APOS classes goes into mental health, but we need to add some more of that to it, because that seems to be, I think, one of the biggest problems we have now in the county is mental health. So yes, they have to be certified, and for their own safety and the public safety.
Okay. Why do you feel like departments find themselves in a position where some of their deputies aren't APOS certified?
I think it's a budgeting issue, a, a willing personnel issue. I mean, the recruitment issue that a lot of these departments are finding, that you've defined the right fit. I mean, you got to try them out. That's what the provisional's for. Is give them I think it's 180 days that you can try them out. They work with, APOS certified officer. They're not supposed to be out there by themselves. There's been some rules broke on that, I think. But that's why it's just recruitment and maintaining employees we have now. And budgeting is the main reason why they're finding themselves without APOS certified people. But they're trying to they still got the same calls coming in. Even like was Walker County Sheriff now had 104 employees. Now he's got 85. The calls ain't dropped off. These people are having to make up the difference. And I think that's part of the problem, is and you got to find a way to cover it. You got to find well, not saying it's right, and what they did was right or wrong, but that's what we're departments are finding, having to utilize different people, and you can't always get somebody to work that much overtime. Then you get too much overtime. Now the county commission's fighting him on the overtime, or the sheriff. So it's a puzzle that I doubt anybody's got the right answer for. If they do, I think they're a fool, because they don't.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're fooling themselves. It's going to take getting in there, and it's going to take working together to solve this problem. And it's not just the sheriff's department; it's the county commission, it's the civil service board, it's the judicial. We all got to come together as a team and put Walker County first.
Do you feel like the APOS Commission are going to be looking at Walker County with a very critical eye now?
No.
No. Okay.
No. I think this was a one-time thing that actually, there's a lot of departments that's done it. It's just come out here. So I don't think there'll be no more than usual. No more than usual. Really don't.
Okay. All right. What do you think Walker County's most significant issue is right now? And what can be done about it?
Mental health. I think that is and that ties into the drug problems the majority of the time. We're going to have to get some kind of more mental health in the jail, where we can get these people some treatment. Like I said, I don't believe the jail is the place for it. So we're going to have to work with our legislators to try to find some help, they got to come up with a program. We're paying enough taxes, so they're gonna have to come up with a program to help these people to get some help. And is it in the jail? No, I don't think it should be. I think it should be a separate facility, uh, or have a mental health provider come to the jail and give them, and it should almost be full time to come in and interview these people, see what we can do to help them. It's going, and that's not just for the inmates. That's for the deputies. I mean, you go to a scene where there's a child dead from a violent crime. If that don't mess with your mind a little bit, you're probably in the wrong line of business. So they got to have some help too. Uh, and that's going to be a big one, and that might be part of the problem we've had before. That is, you lose that human touch. I guess this is a word I'm trying to look for. Uh, so the mental health, I think, and then the drug problem. The drugs here are still pretty rampant, uh, especially now with the fentanyl. And I'm seeing where a lot of counties are starting to charge people with manslaughter for providing the fentanyl. But why can't we start charging them with attempted manslaughter for selling it? Can we start seizing their properties, seizing their assets? Let them know we're not playing with their butts no more. Send them down the road south to the Montgomerys where they belong.
You mentioned about the jail being a really hard place for people with mental disease or drug addiction.
Mm-hmm.
What are some really practical ways that the jail can help people?
Well, like I said before, I believe if we brought in some mental health doctors and psychiatrists, uh, and it could also be uh, students that's going to school that they need their internship there. I mean, or they're a little past their ends, ready to get their doctorate, to give them some experience. I mean, there's so much we can do uh, with if we work with the colleges to get people coming in to help us. And it's helping them, and it's helping our community. So yeah, that feeding them a healthy meal. A lot of these people they live in the woods. You don't realize people don't. A lot of people, most people do, but a lot of people don't realize our drug addicted people right now are living in the woods like hermits. They don't eat a good healthy meal. So if they're not getting a healthy meal there, then when they come here, so they come to the jail, their medical expenses is so much more because of their body condition now. And now we're breaking them off the drugs. If we're doing it right, we're getting them off. We're helping them get off the drugs. So now their body's just contracting. It's going through another stress, and nutrition shouldn't be one of them. I mean, I think we got to find a way to give them a a decent meal at a decent price. We shouldn't be making money on it. We if we got $50 to spend on the inmates, we should be spending the $50. You know, so I think the nutrition that was they're not getting it now, and I don't know the budget on that. But I know I've seen some come out and lost weight in jail that didn't have the weight to lose. Uh, so that tells me that are they getting the nutrition that they need or just not eating it? I can't tell you that, but I want to make sure that they need to, the 2,000 calories a day, I think that's the law. It should be getting it, and it shouldn't be peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It should be something substance. And I actually wanted to meet with another sheriff that I think's done a good job, local, here in one of our neighboring counties, and see how he's doing it. Because, you know, somebody that's a professional at their craft can teach you a lot. I don't know everything, but I know I'm willing to go learn from this man or this woman to try to solve a problem. That's all we're doing. We're solving a problem. And I think nutrition is going to go a long ways. Uh, if he's eating a little better, might not be acting up so bad in the jail. Uh, so I think that's going to be a major.
Between January of 2024 and March of 2024, there were over 80 overdoses in Walker County, and that's the most in Alabama adjusted by the population in the state. And that's according to the Alabama Department of Health. That's an incredible, for lack of a different word, an amazing, an astounding, a terrible statistic.
Right.
So what, in your opinion, can you do as the sheriff to alleviate this drug problem? We want to say it's getting better. One overdose is terrible.
But one's too many.
One's too many.
I've been to a bunch of them, So I think I've mentioned this before, the still for penalties. And that comes with working with the district attorney. We can set up, you ain't always got to arrest them. You can take their ease of doing business away from them. For instance, use the constables to the ones that's, willing to help to set up in the area where there's a high drug traffic. There's a drug house a block down the road. Set a deputy or a constable there. Not right at it, but close by, where it makes him not want to go there. He has to go somewhere else. Then follow him there. I mean, it'd be great to arrest every one of them, but it ain't gonna happen. Realistically, it's not gonna happen. So you gotta do something to interrupt or ease a business. That's why I think a traffic unit won't have to be but one or two deputies, but they're mostly there for traffic. But that's where it's coming here from somewhere. It's got to get here. I think that would help alleviate some of it coming here. The drug task force, maybe cut. Don't really know much about the drug task force, how they're operating right now, because they are a little bit secret, and I don't stick my nose where it don't belong. So, but I think if we take their ease of doing business away, would be tremendous. And they know we're not playing with them no more. We start taking their properties, not just putting them in jail. We start taking their properties, their land, their home, putting them out of here. And that falls a lot on the judicial. It don't just fall on the law enforcement. It's a lot of the judicial, and it's mostly the state rules. It's not local. It's the state rules that has messed this whole thing up. I mean, yes, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But then we got 4 years before this rascal goes to court. So, and he's out on bond, a signature bond. Well, that's just wrong. If he's selling drugs, he should not get out on if he's arrested for trafficking, he should not get out on a signature bond. Because he is actually, in my book, he is attempting homicide or manslaughter. If you're selling drugs, in my opinion, you're attempting manslaughter. So the penalties has got to get stiffer. Our legislature in Montgomery has got to get serious about it, so we can use it here. I mean, they're not serious. They're not. War on drugs. Well, that war's been going on for 40 years, and we ain't even made it first to the first trench yet.
So, about cold cases and missing persons, Walker County has an extraordinary,
an extraordinary amount.
Yes, it is a ridiculous number of missing persons cases in this county. How do we support these victims' families? How do we move forward? How do we support the investigators?
I'm glad. So these cold cases, first of all, some of them, the witnesses is afraid to come forward. So we got to change that perspective, and it's not just from this administration; it's from previous. And so we got to change that so they feel comfortable to come forward. Give them a way of coming forward, unanimously, anonymously, not unanimously, anonymously.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the and I think while investigating, and I think this is something that the current administration is kind of laxed on. And I don't mean to say nothing negative, but I think it's somewhere they're not the follow up. The follow up to let the families know what's going on. I mean, you might not have nothing new, but you can call them once a month and say, just letting you know nothing's changed. They'd at least appreciate that. Or hey, we've found this, so now we can move forward to this. I think communications is a big key on all of it right there. But we need some deputies that's gonna. I mean, it's just piling up so fast that I don't know if you need to go to the last one and work forward or start at the top. Probably start at the front, most recent, and work your way back. Uh, I just don't know of a good way to do it. I mean, but it shouldn't be a cold case. It should be an open case until we get until we get an answer to that family. Uh, I mean, I got a cousin found dead in the woods, and his family thinks it was foul play. Don't know. Uh, to me, it didn't look like foul play. I went there, but there was no follow up to the family to let them know this is what we found. And that's a big subject because it's so much going on that, like I said, I think the follow up would and start working these cases. And I would actually, there's several of them. The Busby case, I think that needs to be looked at. I know from what I've talked to with some of the family members, there's no follow up with it. They feel like it was just dropped. I mean, and they shouldn't feel that way. So it's going to take some budgeting. I mean, everything is with the budget. I mean, it is. And if we don't fix that problem, I don't know that we never fix anything. I mean, I'm just being honest. I mean, you can't unless we get the budgeting with the county commissions and the judicial and everybody working together. We're just spinning in the wind. We are.
Do you feel like all victims have been treated fairly?
No, I don't. I mean, I really don't. And I don't think it's on purpose. It's just, I think it's just the way the system's worked over the years. And it ain't just this one. It's been that way for years, 40 years I know of. So how do we change it? The desire to change it. And then once you get in there and see what's going on, how this is doing, come up with a game plan. I mean, you got the investigators Sit down with them. Let's come up with a game plan. How are we going to tackle this? I ain't got all the answers. I just want to be the coach that sets the game plan. So I think eventually, if we do that, maybe we'll make some leadway. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you tell me to do something that nobody else has done, but at least I got a desire to find a way to do it. Might not work. Might work. Who knows till we try?
What do you think you and your opponents have in common?
I think our love for our county
Mhm.
and the people of Walker County, I think we all want to see it grow. And I think we all want to see it succeed. I mean, I don't know them that personally to know what their likes and dislikes are. So, I mean, I can't answer it in that form. But, I mean, just in a professional level, I think we just want to see the county grow. You want to see, I know I want to see people feel safe in their own homes. And I'm sure they do too. So, yeah, I think that's what we have in common.
Okay, Alan, here's another big question. Why should they vote for you?
Well, I think, first of all, I love my county and I love my country and I love the people of Walker County. I've pretty much been here my whole life. I've tried to treat people with decency and respect, no matter what the circumstances is. And I think, I've not been part of the 40 years of what's been going on here now. Uh, Maybe a new perspective. Look at it from a different, I mean, we keep trying the same thing and it's not worked. Maybe let's look at it from a different perspective and try some new things. If it don't work, well, you can always go back to what failed, you know. But I don't think it will. I think if you get the deputies knowing that this is your limit. This is where you got to be. You know, I think things have changed over time. Will it change overnight? No. Uh, will it change over in a year? No. I think it will. Some will. Some of it will. I think people will see immediately the difference in attitude. I mean, one of my pet peeves is when I see when you go and you're interacting with a mentally ill person, and you come in there and cussing and just escalating the situation. That is a pet peeve of mine. Shut up, you know. Uh, do it. Be professional always, and you'll find that a lot of times it won't always work, but a lot of times it will de-escalate the problem. We got to be trained on de-escalation. I think that is a big a big subject that needs to be addressed through the deputies, because sometimes just you come in a bad mood and people the aura comes out. You can sense it, and they're already having the worst day of their life. Even the ones on drugs, right? That's the worst day of their life at this moment because they're fixing to die probably. So why escalate it? Let's find a way to try to calm the situation down. Back off, call for some help. If it's more than you can handle, back off and call for somebody to come help. Call the rescue squad. Call the chief deputy. The one I'm wanting to hire is phenomenal, so he will be there. Uh, if he'll accept the job for the pay. But I think, you know, I'm wanting something new, not new, but something that's going to work. Uh, we don't we've done the same things over and over and over with the same results. I think it's time for something new, something with somebody with a different perspective. That I'm 60 years old. I mean, I'm not going to make a career out of it. I'd like to do maybe 2 terms, That would be it. You know, but I want when I leave to be able to say I made a difference. So,
All right, let's get to the silly questions.
okay,
All right. I already know this. What's your favorite snack?
it's gonna be Lay's barbecue potato chips, Reese's peanut butter cups at the same time.
At the same time. And y'all, I have had it together. It is yummy. I've tried it. It is delicious. All right. So you got to try it. Okay. Okay. I've got to ask you this. They didn't hear it last time. Tell them people how you like your steak.
Medium rare, preferably Pittsburgh rare. But nobody here has a grill that can cook a Pittsburgh rare because it takes a hot grill, like 1100-degree grill, cook a Pittsburgh rare. Cook it on 80% on one side, 20% on the other side. Turn it loose, let it walk to the table, and go to eating.
Allen.
Now that's how I like my steak. Crispy on the outside, but still rare.
Yeah, you gotta have a crust. You gotta have a crust.
You gotta have a hot fire. You gotta have burning your hair off your arms fire.
You know, the fat's gotta melt a little bit.
You had it right at the beginning. Medium rare is right. Okay.
Well, Pittsburgh rare is right.
It's
That's-
technically medium rare.
Yeah, technically.
It's just medium rare done a little different.
They call
That cow is alive.
It's
That
really-
cow is alive.
Oh yeah.
Pittsburgh's really a whale rare.
I don't
Yeah.
want to hear this talk. That cow is alive.
He's alive. He
Okay.
won't be when I get through with it.
Okay. On that note, your favorite barbecue spot. Somebody actually on my comments on one of my TikToks wanted to know this answer. It was a requested question. Your favorite barbecue spot within 1 hour, or I would even say within 30 minutes of Jasper. Favorite
There's two.
barbecue spot. Okay, lay it on me because I want to know. I want to get there too.
There's Hickory Land, not Hickory Land, but Hickory Hollow,
Okay.
Smoky Hollow in Eldridge.
Okay. I've never eaten there before.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Sun Supermarket.
They have barbecue there?
They have amazing barbecue there.
Do they really?
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's real
didn't know
stuff
that.
too. Isn't
Well, I know
it?
what we're gonna have for supper.
Right. I didn't know they had barbecue.
They have a steak sandwich. Oh god.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
The one
Yeah.
in Jasper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one up here on the overpass.
Do you see why I ask these questions?
You just want to know where to go eat.
I just know where to go eat. Yes, I know. See, they know this. I'm serious about
Oh,
food.
there's a third one.
Okay, lay it on me.
And that's over in your neck of the woods where you was raised, Hayden.
That's him.
That was my
Porky's Barbecue.
Porky's.
Okay.
Porky's
know-
Pride.
You know, I spent 20 years of my life there, and I don't think I ever ate Porky's.
What?
But
I'd get
I'd
rid
be
of
willing
him.
to try
I'd get rid of him. You have not.
it.
About to say,
You know, I
Okay,
grew
on
up
Friday
like-
nights. On Friday nights, they have prime rib. Only night they
Okay.
have it. They smoke the prime rib for 72 hours.
oh,
Oh, it is good. Have
back when
3
I
different
was-
sauces to go.
all right. We're gonna get off of food. Okay. What's your favorite movie? Do you have a favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
A movie or miniseries or Lonesome Dove's going to be the favorite.
I can see you being a lonesome dove kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a westerny.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Mr. Cowboy Hat the last
Okay.
time we met up.
But I'm a big John
Yeah.
Wayne fan.
Yeah, I can see that.
So
okay.
actually, my son is named after John Wayne, but not John Wayne. I named him Jake off of Big Jake.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. All right, and I'm loath to ask this question because Mr. Cameraman Kevin back there and this one have already been discussing this. Okay, what's your favorite show?
Gold Rush.
Go Rush.
Which one?
Huh? The
Which
original
Gold
Gold Rush.
Okay.
Yeah. And I like the Mine Rescue too. So
Oh my gosh, they've
Not a
been
big
discussing
fan.
this, y'all.
not a big fan of Parker's Trail. And Whitewater's been it's okay. There's a little more drama I think they're throwing in on it than it should be, but
So here's the next thing. And we did talk about this last time. Y'all know that I love a good Alabama cryptid. Okay. I talked about that in one of my videos. Do we believe in the Sipsy creature, the Wampus cat, the Huggin' Molly, the white thing? Do we think that's why, something that's floating around here in the woods?
I've heard of the Wampus cat, but them other ones you got me on because I hadn't heard of no white thing.
The white thing is said to be roaming around, like Coleman County.
What does it look like? I mean, I don't
Oh my gosh! Like supposedly some big wolf thing,
okay.
not a Bigfoot, some big wolf looking thing. I don't know.
I mean, if I run up on any of them, I'm gone.
That's right. We're goners.
You don't get no evidence from me.
But
unless I take a camera like that.
The Sipsy creature is supposedly like a Bigfoot thing that only lives in Walker County.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's actually like a TV show that's called like I Was Bitten, and it was filmed right here in Walker County.
It was part of the Animal Planet Presents back in 2014.
Oh yeah. You can rent it for $2 off of YouTube, and it is a worthwhile watch. You've got to go watch it.
$2.
$2. Yeah, you got to go see it. It'll tell you everything you need to know.
Sure, it wasn't one of my cousins or something.
It could have been one of mine. It could have been one of ours both. I'm telling you, we all could be related to this feller. But yeah, it's a hoot. I think everybody should go watch it.
Have to check it out.
Oh yeah. So last one. Somebody comes up and says, "Mr. Allen, you dropped your $1 million. $1 million." They give it to you and they walk away. What's the first thing you're going to buy?
Is it actually my $1
It's actually your money. Yeah, that you dropped.
They've disappeared.
They've disappeared. Yeah. And it's actually yours. What you going to buy?
Tax free?
Tax free. He's thinking about it.
That's a hard question.
I'd probably go buy another
Sea-Doo.
50 acres of land.
Land, yeah. Just 50 acres?
Yeah.
That's about how much it's going to cost these days. It's $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joining the land I already have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Add on to it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Not a new camper.
No. I would like to have a camper, but I ain't paying for it.
Yeah. I call ours the recording studio.
The recording studio?
Yeah. That's why everybody sees behind me the Home Sweet Camper sign or whatever.
I mean, used to, if my dad's family, his brothers and sisters, it was 10. Mm-hmm. 10 siblings, and they all had campers. And we'd all meet. We'd go to Salem, Illinois. It's a campground there and meet once a year and have a family reunion. Mm-hmm. Some of the best memories of my life. Would love to have a camper. I mean, but I just don't see it as something I need.
Well, it's been fun.
It's been great fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed our take, too.
I hope everybody can hear it this time.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully they did. We got our fancy microphones this time. Right. Yeah. Well, it's been a ton of fun meeting with you again.